It's been 1.5 years since President Bola Tinubu took on the reins of Nigeria's leadership, and much of the country's foreign policy has been evident in a lot of shuttle diplomacy. The president's foreign trips have come under scrutiny in some diplomatic circles, with some saying the motivation for such visits have been purely economic. The country's domestic policy was overwhelmed by rising inflation and unrest over rising cost of living, made worse by the removal of fuel subsidy the year before. But while the president implored on Nigerians to keep faith with government policies, he and the vice president traveled to various countries. The explanation being that the trips were for Nigeria's good, to attract foreign investments, which will yield great returns in due time. This despite the exit of some big corporations which could no longer bear the harsh economic realities. In the first quarter of the year, President Bola Tinubu made at least 3 trips, including private visits and the AU summit in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, and Qatar, where he witnessed the signing of historic agreements between both countries. His trips also involved attending the inauguration ceremonies of the presidents of Senegal, Chad, and South Africa. During his trip to the Netherlands, he celebrated the King's Day, and then Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte announced a $250 million investment in Nigeria over the next few months, including a $100 million investment in a waste-to-wealth industrial facility in Lagos State. President Tinubu participated in the 2024 Special World Economic Forum on Global Collaboration, Growth and Energy Development from April 26 to 28. He made at least 3 personal trips to London, a private visit to France, to which he would make a state visit later in the year, and participated in regional and continental meetings with the ECOWAS and the African Union.
We must not lose sight of our fundamental responsibility, which is to protect our citizens.
Perhaps one of the president's most popular trips was to China, where he attended the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation, and Nigeria signed a number of deals on nuclear and renewable energy, mobility, financial cooperation, and smart city. The president's visits have been done while Nigeria has stayed a year without the appointment of ambassadors. The president's sales marketing of Nigeria as fertile ground for trade and investment perhaps paid off in some high-profile visits to the country, including the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken in January, the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi in November, and the German president's visit to Nigeria in December.
There's a need to have some of these things translate to a much more tangible economic impact. Right now, it might look like this is necessary right now for the president to kind of give face to Nigeria, and of course, kind of marketize, if I use the word, what Nigeria is about to do, intending to do, or his administration is intending to do in this time and space. But nonetheless, shuttle diplomacy is not as powerful as it can be if those measures are not translated into very tangible economic policies that will bring about much more practical outcomes for the people on ground.
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs says development, democracy, demography, and diaspora form the thrust of Nigeria's foreign policy under the present administration. And every move by the government is geared towards realizing these goals. Do Nigerians, however, agree the country is on the path to achieving the goals? Amarachi Ubani, Channel Television News.